And to freaking beat this godforsaken game once again. Because beating it once was not enough. I like this game so much that I want to beat it over and over and over and over. Okay, because I don't want to waste any time. So what I'm gonna have to do is listen to every single option that the phone guy gives me. The 3 options, I need to click on 3. And from my understanding, if I listen to the call and I die or I quit the night, it doesn't work. I need to actually beat the night to for it to count as me actually hearing it.
So, first things first. I've got to be honest, your current setup might not be very optimal, so to say. I didn't have time to prepare a designated room for you in the location, so you'll just have to manage with using one of the internet cafe monitors near the stage, next to the gang. Don't start complaining just yet. I set a nice spot near the window.
This might take a while.
Even brought a fan.
Well, not might.
Anyway,
it would
the phone
take
you
a
have in your
while.
hand, it's usually used by kids during the day for games and whatnot, but I've sorted out a security application that only activates during the night, which is when you're here, obviously. Everything you'll ever need for your job is ready to use. Go on, press some buttons. You can check all the rooms with set cameras that are connected online, and the ventilation system too. Alright, I know what you're thinking. First night on the job, I'm rambling a bit, it's a lot to take in. And yes, I know there are a bunch of anthropomorphic plastic animals around you, watching you work. Trust me when I say I know how that feels. Your imagination might get a tad bit out of control. Stress does that to you.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you're completely safe here. I've built this place from the ground up to be one of the most transparent, honest, and safest places on Earth. Unlike some other businesses. If you ever start feeling anxious, looking out the window or just, taking a look outside should calm you. That tends to work for me at least. Right, back to the anthropomorphic animals. I'm sure you've already guessed by now that these are our animatronic characters. Top of the line technology. Honestly, the name animatronic doesn't do them justice. They're more like multi-purpose robots. They can be programmed to do anything I can think of. They pretty much run this place
getting
now.
cold.
Of course, again, they are completely harmless. They aren't physically capable of hurting anybody.
Of
I'm sure of
course.
that myself. I think I might be going on for too long. Last thing on the list. You may have noticed that this is a pre-recorded message, which means if you want to ask a question, you won't get an answer. But hey, to fix that, I've given you some options. I stayed up all night to set up a simple Q&A system to go with your app. When this call ends, you will get 3 topics to choose from, and when you select one of them, another audio message of mine will play to help explain whatever you want to know more about. Quite nifty, right? Obviously not quite as much freedom as a normal phone call, but it'll have to do for now. Well, that's it for your first night. Check those cameras and don't forget to take a breather once in a while, right? Your 3 options should appear now. Hey, good to know you want to learn more about my crew. If you paid attention to my first message, you must have heard me say that these robots can do pretty much anything, yes? Well, I wasn't joking. This place is fully automated and run entirely by them. No human employees as of yet. Don't need them, honestly.
So.
The staff room exists purely to keep the ventilation opening out of reach of customers. Cooking, cleaning, printing, performing, taking care of kids, etc., etc. It's all down to the cartoon animals. All very efficient. Yes. Did I tell you that I built the characters too? That's what the 3D printers were originally for, before they were repurposed to do the same thing, but a lot smaller. Didn't need anyone for that either. Designed, printed, put together, all by yours truly. Relying on other people is nonsense, I tell you. Of course, don't let that discourage you from doing your job. There are always exceptions. Right, that'll be it for the first night. I'll do the same thing for you tomorrow. See you, kid.
Bye. I hate when he appears on the right side because it takes a million years for the camera to pin to that side. It's the first night, so everything is gonna be chill. I wonder if there's a cheat. I didn't actually check what the cheats did. But if there's a cheat to make the nights go faster, I'd like to use it, but I'm scared that if I do use it, it will not count the calls for some reason. Or maybe no, never mind. I probably can only use them in the custom night. If I were to guess, I'd say I can only use the cheats in the custom night. Which is kind of disappointing, but I guess I kind of understand. But I wish there was some sort of mechanic like Fantasy Candies 3, where looking at the window will make the night go a tiny bit faster. I don't know. Be careful, too many cheats will turn your Pokemon into bad eggs. Oh my goodness. Hi, Blue. You know, how does that work? How does cheating turn my Pokemon into bad eggs? Is that like a Pokemon Go thing, or like from the handheld Pokemon games? Wish I knew, but unfortunately, I know the only things I know about Pokemon are the things that I've seen in the in the movies and episodes, and that's pretty much it. I really want to get into Pokemon though, like the actual games. I'm gonna need to start with the basics. Red and blue, and then working my way up. Oh, where were you? Why did this nights have to be 10 minutes long, man? Pokemon's internal data gets messed up too hard, it basically turns into an egg that never hatches. Ah, I see. Yeah, that really doesn't sound pretty. At least when it comes to Pokemon, I'll make sure I never cheat in any way. I don't want my poor Pokemon to turn into unhatchable eggs. I would like to turn this animatronics into unhatchable eggs though. Especially the crow. Okay, well this happens. He's gonna keep looking at the window. He's not gonna have time to build the black rabbit anyway. You know, here, check the Easter eggs. Yeah, are you behind me? Okay, he grabbed the piece. To interact with the balloons next to Balloon Boy's hat. All the weird glitches don't have the fun of the early games, like missing no. Oh, okay. That's one thing I do know. I knew about the missing no thingy, which looked kind of creepy at first. I don't know if there was a creepypasta around it that I read, or was it a creepypasta based on another thing? There we go. What was the last creepypasta Pokemon that I read? I read the one about... It's definitely something weird about the way it looks. Yeah, it looks so freaking weird. Like if you try to make it like a shape, it's kind of impossible. Okay, so these are not the balloons. Are these the balloons? Nope. Maybe this. It will be a lot more intuitive if you were supposed to only interact with them one time, but then you have to interact with them 6 times. Which really sucks. Oh, I think these are the balloons. Oh! Alright then. I just have to do that for every night. Not really sure who that one was. It was probably Bonnie, if I had to guess. Like Fritz's daughter. Wait, who even is Bonnie? Whose daughter is Bonnie? I really need to look into POPGOES lore because I legit know absolutely nothing about it. Second night. This is the one that I'm gonna have to play 3 times because I skipped the call. So Mr. Last night because you're lost. Don't worry, I'm almost in the same level of lostness as you. Yeah, so basically I need to do that thing with the drawings in every minigame.
Right, hey again. Second night.
And what I need to do for every night is that every time that the call ends,
You'll have trouble finding a job
the
next
phone
to
guy
the
will give me 3 options that I need to pick from.
Anyway, I expect efficient use of that phone.
In order to 100% the game, I need to listen to all of the 3 options. So I need to do every night 3 times.
To continue or not. If you do your job especially well, I might even give you a bonus. But I guess there isn't even that much for you to do. I know I haven't given you much to
Oh,
work
that
with
really
just
sucks.
yet, as this is just a test run.
Dude, and that's the thing, because
There is
if I
something
knew,
for you to do
if I
in case you get
knew
bored, I suppose.
that having
Since,
to
well, I'm not going
to listen
treat
to
you like
all the
those
phone
rebels
guy
behind you.
options will
So
count
we're
towards
entering winter time.
100%.
I imagine you'll be working just next week, so it's going to get
I
pretty
wouldn't
darn
have
cold
I could have
and I'm sure you've already
I could have
noticed
listened
that
to
you
the
get
second
better
option on my
I
last
know.
playthrough where
I have
I
given you access to the
where I
ventilation
did
system.
the truth
You
ending.
should be able to turn on the heating grid once in a while.
Depending
to
on
warm
runs
up
for
the place.
20 minutes.
They'll stay on for about a
Oh,
minute,
it's definitely me.
probably,
Oh, he
but
already got a
long
piece.
enough, right?
Fantastic.
Bear in mind the vents go around the perimeter of the building, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. Well, that should keep you entertained. God, I hope you're as easily pleased as I am. That's all for tonight. Oh, wait, now it's your turn to talk. Here you go. Ah, yes, as I said, you're only allowed to have them run in 1-minute bursts. It's not that I don't trust you, it's... Well, everybody can make mistakes, right? These things overheat if they're left on for long periods of time, and I can't risk that. We all know what happened to that attraction last year. I remember I worked for a similar
yay!
you know, being under constraints
Oh,
like
man.
that, but I
No,
don't know.
that's-
He was fine. I was
that's the
fine.
reason
I'm
why
sure
I-
you will be too. Nothing dangerous about vents.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for the guy to
God,
stop
what am I
talking.
saying? Just check on the heat sometimes, and yes, you'll have limited use over it, and I'm sorry about that. Right. See you tomorrow.
That's one thing that one reason why I dislike going into games like completely blind. Because if I knew that listening to every phone option will count towards a 100%, I could have just listened to one option on my first playthrough, then the second option on my second playthrough that I did on last stream, and then here I would only have to beat each night just one more time. But since I didn't know, I just kept skipping the calls without knowing that that would mean having to do each night twice again. Yeah, having to do every single night multiple times is a consequence of me going into a game too blindly. My world record, dude. Not playing 110% optimally isn't your fault, but it's become your responsibility. Yeah, I really wish I didn't have to play the exact same game multiple times. Dude, it's just like there's no variety, it's just the same freaking gameplay loop over and over and over, and especially the 2 nights, it becomes super freaking boring. I had so many hours in the middle of the night. At least I can definitely, confidently say that this will be the last POPGOES stream. At least I got all the difficult stuff out of the way now. I did all the challenges with the impossible custom night. That was the thing that I was worried about the most. So now what we have left is tedious, boring, obnoxious, annoying, but easy as heck. It's not a test of skill, it's a test of patience and endurance. The grind. It's just like 7B all over again. Nah, just kidding, nothing can compare to that. So I just checked, because I was like uploading all the streams that I hadn't uploaded to my bot's YouTube channel yet, and I went to quickly check just how many streams 7B took me in Celeste, and it was a grand total of 13 streams. It took me, I'm pretty sure, if I counted correctly, 41 hours, counting practice and actual attempts. Oh yeah, that was quite a ride. I was gonna say, but this hasn't even you're still like 7B did. Yeah, at the very least. That's one good thing about it. Oh my god. I couldn't believe it either. Like, I thought it would be like, I knew it was gonna be a lot, but I thought it was gonna be like maybe 7 or 8. But 13 freaking streams, which were all like between 2 and 3 hours long. Some of them were even 5 hours long. Glad I don't have to touch that level ever again. And also very glad the fanware games are incredibly easy compared to the OG FNAF games. It just gives me way more time to work on the video when I eventually get to do that. I should definitely At the very least, start writing the script. Because my goodness, I have like, it's like, I don't know, like 10, 15, even more games than in the first Final Fantasy Freddy's video. And for the first Final Fantasy Freddy's video, the script was like 100 pages long. The benefit of 100%ing indie fan games tend to be on the smaller side. That's true. That's true. Well, I mean, the OG Final Fantasy games are still indie games, but at least, well, not at least, they, you know, Scott just wanted to make them as painfully to complete as possible. At least these devs have a bit more of consideration when it comes to the difficulty of their games. Maybe not on the grinding aspect. At least Scott didn't make you play through the exact same game 4 times to 100% it. So that's cool. Oh, you know what game I actually had to beat multiple times to 100% it? Freaking Secret of the Mimic. I think it took me like 4 or 5 playthroughs to get every single item. Because of course, like every... Oh my god, oh, this tree. Why does this happen to me? So you say, oh yeah, because, you know, someone at Steel Wool decided that it would be a great idea to have multiple items and collectibles that if you miss them on your first playthrough, you're gonna have to start the whole game all over again to be able to get them. So if I missed an item, then because the game didn't feature manual saving, it only had autosaves. It was from the very beginning, once again. Okay, so now it's True Freddy time. But I like none of them have the grindy aspect of FNAF World, where you had to just walk into a freaking wall for hours and then trying to find the one character that you hadn't unlocked yet. It was either Spring Bunny or Fredbear. What the heck is this? Hat? Is that a hammer? Isn't that the box from FNAF 3? Oh boy. Okay, almost halfway there. Not quite there yet, though.
Right. Hello again. I think I should start off this call by pointing out that I actually made a mistake in my previous message, which was yesterday's main recording for you. I said that the heaters in the vents stayed on for a minute when you turned them on. In
Already?
reality, I've made it closer to like 9 seconds or something, so sorry about that. Not a huge mistake, but I should own up to it anyway. It's one of the only things I haven't got written down. I should actually make a note of it now, I suppose. I'm kind of tired right now. I've been doing all these calls in one take, so I've just noticed it. Such a huge difference, too. 1 minute should be 10 seconds. Jeez, I'm an idiot sometimes. Hey, now that you've been here for 2 nights, correct? Beginning your 3rd one now, yes? Tell me, what do you think about the place? The pizzeria, I mean. It's real special. Let me tell you, during the day you can really feel it. Fantasy. The fun.
I wish I had the day shift.
You know? Kids can run down the halls and be greeted by the characters. They gather around and sing with them on the stage. They build and print out these figurines like posable toys.
Yeah, just
And
like
of course they get to paint them.
pieces
Use
of an
them in
animatronic
binding
is
agent,
going to
etc.
kill
Makes
me.
them feel grown up. Makes them feel special, you know? I remember this kid one day. Totally heartwarming. There was this kid. He was running around and somehow managed to open one of the locked rooms. The server room, I think it was. And he started messing
Cute.
around in there.
It is
Well, I was in my
kind of
office,
cute,
so I
except
called
for
this
when
to see this kid on
the
camera.
animatronic is the one that
I
ends
started
up
to get a
using the
little
3D
worried.
printer.
Now here we go again, I'm saying to myself. And I was about to go get him sorted out myself, but right then, as I'm taking my jacket off, Blake, that badger character to your left, gets in the room with the kid and starts to play a little game using the server room's monitor. Have you know the game Simon Says? Well, it was like that. He just turned it. Oh, hold on now. I'll sort the rest out later. I'll leave this message here. The options should be up for you now. Sorry about this. Oh, you don't know what that game is? That's alright, no matter. For a quick explanation, it's a game where someone shows you a colour, like, green, yellow, red, and you have to repeat the same colour back to them. Sometimes there are multiple colours which you need to repeat in the same order back, but in the case of Blake and the boy, who was quite young, it was only one. Sorry if that wasn't that good of an explanation, but it's just a kid's game, nothing more. During the day you can play it on one of the monitors here with that panel in front of you. A bit more complicated than just a colour appearing on a screen, but, same concept. They use the phone for that too. That's children's stuff though. Don't let me down with you playing games during your shift. Speaking of work, you should get back to it. See you tomorrow.
Bye. Oh my goodness. Why is the stream failing so often now? Oh, I hate it here. I hate that I still haven't found a solution to it. I'm not just kind of praying that everything doesn't fall apart. Uh-oh. Dude, my arm is hurting like crazy. Really. Should probably get into a better sitting position. Ugh. I think this is much better. You already, Mr. Crow? You do any special stretches for my other hands? Nope. Should probably do them. 'Cause these games have really been taking a toll on my on my joints. My goodness, I cannot wait to play games with a controller again. It's been a long time since I played a game with a controller. At least the last was the last one. And that was it. Yeah, for me playing with a controller, in all aspects, it's much more comfortable. I recommend looking into some, especially ones for artists, because they focus on a lot of the same issues that gaming has. Oh, really? You're definitely gonna look that up after some routines. Because yeah, my arm is not feeling the greatest. Whoops, that's not the room that I wanted to shut down. Or I feel if I was playing on only the keyboard, it will be better. But playing with only the mouse, that's what really gets me. Yeah, because in this game specifically, I don't really use the keyboard other than in those little between and mini games, and that's it. Use muscle twitch wires to be ready. Yeah. Definitely not in the best shape right now for either gaming or just in general. Need to really exercise just a tiny bit more. Yeah, I think this little arm issue started probably around the end of the Candies series, and then it got a little bit worse during the Joy of Creation, and now it got a tiny bit worse here in POPGOES. So all of those games require some heavy mouse usage. A lot of people apparently dislike the keyboard usage in FNAF fan games, but I wish there was a bit more of it. Like, I'm not saying to just completely replace the mouse, because at the end of the game, FNAF fan games are point and click games, or well, they are supposed to be point and click games until you get something insane like the Joy of Creation. And I really wish that there was more keyboards so that my left hand doesn't feel as useless during the night. Like pretty much all the Katniss games, all the One-Handed Flunkies games, and this one, my left hand is just pretty much doing nothing. Also, you've been scooping a ton of ice cream lately, which was hamstring your gaming arm. That's true. When I do some heavy cleaning at the store, I try to use my left arm as much as I can as well, so that all the workout doesn't go only to my right arm. Like whenever I need to do something that doesn't require extreme precision, I tend to use my left arm. If I don't, at the end of the day, I'm gonna end up with one arm weak as heck and the other one really strong. I really don't want. Okay, so what is it now? Toy Chica's bib. What the? That was gemstone. Interesting. Check for carpal tunnel too, that's really bad. Oh yeah, I really heard a lot of that. And taking care of myself as much as I can to not suffer it. So far I think I'm not in any danger of it. So from my understanding, even though it could happen with Oh! Is that gemstone, but like in the... in like a real life version? It's kinda cute. Weird, yeah, I think it's the crow. Like the crow that's outside my window. That apparently has like an alternate skin called gemstone. Yeah, the same crow, but all made of gem. And I think since that was a bird made of gem, I think that's like a realistic version of him. Who's making those drawings though? Who is the canonical artist for those masterpieces? Bird lore. That's some really deep bird lore. Really big fan of that. Alright, night number 4. Oh yeah, what was I saying about the carpal tunnel? Yeah. Even though it could happen with a lot of mouse usage, I think it's mostly a problem for people that play a lot on a controllers. Well, at least Smash Bros. Melee players had them.
I didn't think it would be this stressful. I've just got some notes, not a script or anything.
That's why a lot of competitive Melee players, well, not a lot, like a few of them, switch from using a GameCube controller to a custom controller that resembles arcade machines.
I have a feeling that you might be curious. Am I wrong? Right then. I was born in November 1968 in Texas, lived a fine life up until my teens, had no real problems with my family, but we weren't exactly rich. My father was an architect at the time, and my mother stayed home with my brother and I. Until the 80s, we lived in a flat, or I suppose it would have been called an apartment over there. It was pretty decent, I think, but honestly, I can't remember much. I had an accident in my teens, stuff I really don't want to talk about. Please don't ask. Might explain in a later call or something if there is time. Anyway, fortunately I survived the injury, believe it or not. It was all down to a very generous donor of blood. The whole thing was pretty strange and vague for us, and all I know is a small team of people, or maybe it was one person, was willing to give tons of blood to the hospital, and after an entire encyclopedia of signed papers, the transfusion was allowed on behalf of the procedure being an experiment. I was close to death, bear in mind. I lost most of my memory from before the incident, and the whole event caused a huge stir in the media. I was 18, and with the state I was in, paparazzi wasn't the best.
We're supposed to care about your life story. That's what I said last stream. Like, I kind of want to know who you are, but not that much.
I wanted to get some of these stories off my chest for a while. Since I don't have many people to share them with, and my daughter's kind of busy most of the time.
No, he has no one to listen to his stories.
Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
I'm his only listener.
What else have I made? Well, this recording system has over 5 hours left on it, but I still don't think that's enough time to cover everything I've made. It's been a hell of a good hobby for over a decade now. I'll try to go over some of the more interesting things, though. In 2019, I made a self-driving car in my garage. The technology isn't that impressive nowadays, I know, but it was an amazing feat.
My
It looked
goodness.
like garbage, but it worked. Since then, it's been modified to be road safe, and now my daughter uses it. Back in the late 90s, I made a few electric guitars, sold them to a secondary school, and in 2016, I made a video game with Bonnie's help. Oh, Bonnie's the name of my daughter, I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Oh yeah, and of course I made the 3D printers recently, which helped me print smaller plastic
pretty
parts for
talented
projects
creator,
and
though.
toys and whatnot. That's really it. Don't think I should mention
It's
anything else
traumatizing
right
we
now.
even know our own
But that
name,
is
much
it up.
less he is.
I've been a real busy guy. I love creating
Oh, man.
things. See you on your 5th night.
Oh, poor fun guy. Just wants to have someone to listen to his traumatic stories. Why do I have to be that person? He should probably go to like a therapist or something. You know, with the whole his finding out his brother was the one who killed the children and then harvested the blood and then donated it to him and that kind of jazz. I'm guessing all that stuff was supposed to be explained in the POPGOES comic or the POPGOES novel, both of them which never came to life. I feel like a POPGOES comic would have been cool to see. So it's a pretty lore-heavy game. But in my opinion, I feel like I'm not really a fan of the story of POPGOES. Mostly because it leaves a lot of things like for you to discover. Like they tell you like I don't know 20% of the story, and then the other 80% is like scattered around in the form of like pretty vague and abstract Easter eggs, and you're supposed to put the rest together, like make up what all of the things mean and this stuff. I really like. I don't want to compare, like say that one game is better than the other, but I prefer the Joy of Creation story mode, its way of storytelling, where they still had some stuff like hidden in Easter eggs, just to clarify some stuff, but like the main story, all the main elements, were directly told in the cutscenes. Like, there wasn't that much to be left up to interpretation. But gameplay-wise, it's a really good game. I like both games. Fully. Just really wish that this game didn't make me beat it 4 times to 100% it. Seems like some of these Fangame Patches creators get a bit ahead of themselves. Yeah. Like this guy specifically, like, you know, making deals with brands to release merch of the characters for his upcoming game. When he gets asked about the game, like not bothering to really work on it that much. Yeah, just like I mentioned on the past stream, it's not the nicest guy out there. Hard to find a balance between telling too much and not enough. Always a struggle when they want to do like these cryptic stories. They not say everything straight up, but also don't want to leave too much up to interpretation or put it in the form of Easter eggs that you are supposed to find, people will become uninterested because they don't feel like looking up through all of the little tiny details that might mean something to the story. Because that's also something that the creator said in the extras menu, that every single little detail that might look like it doesn't mean anything, it actually has a meaning to the story. Like, you need to pay attention to every single little tiny bitty thing if you want to figure out everything. I'm like, I'm just gonna search for a summary on YouTube. Also, I missed the squirrels. Where did you go? Oh my gosh. Oh, he got the peas. Or, when it comes to story, you could also take the easy route and just say, my game has no story, just focusing on the gameplay and the character design, and that's it. So one less aspect of your game to worry about. And you could really, when do you get into that room? And you can focus on making those aspects of your game a lot better. Yeah, he still has 3 pieces left. He's not gonna build it in time. Can then I please just end already? What's it gonna be this time? I see. It'd be the second head of the mangle. I think the mangle is in here. Oops. I don't know if I should call it the mangle or Hunting Foxy, because she's not quite the mangle yet. Oh, here's the blood donation experiment. Wait, so were all of the kids the same type of blood? That's what I'm wondering. Because if all the kids were the same type of blood, that seems awfully convenient. Or maybe that was part of the experiment. Like, I don't know, somehow make different types of blood combine into a single type that is compatible with the fungi type of blood. Because if his brother managed to do that, then man, he's like a medicine prodigy.
Nice work, kid. Only a few days left of your shift. Maybe if you're super good, I'll let you mess around in my office, try out some of Weaselware's features. Though it's not that exciting, you might be able to control the gang, see what they can do. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. I'm wondering, since I can't remember how much I've taught you up to this point, do you know about Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? I think these calls might be getting to my head, but I don't know. I've been thinking of that place a lot more than usual for the past hour or so. Not in a disturbing or scary sense, just... I'm not sure, it's like some pieces are being put together. Freddy Fazbear, you know they used to say those characters were haunted. There were some murders related to the location back in the 80s. People found some corpses buried in the animatronic suits. Really sad. I was a fan of that franchise, named my kid after one of the characters there.
Yes.
Not because I was a fan, really, but because I wanted to love that name again. After, you know, it doesn't matter. I was a fan of the restaurant, and it hurt to see it fall so morbidly, that's all. I wonder sometimes if there was some kind of moral reasoning behind whoever killed those kids. I have my own suspicions, as do hundreds of other people, you know? You should see what these people put online. There's a popular theory going around that the guy who did it had purple skin. Totally purple skin and purple clothes. Sounds like a demon or something, right? Something paranormal. I don't know. But around that time was when I got help from someone in the hospital.
Well, I sometimes hear the noise of
where
them advancing one vent, and sometimes I don't.
What if it was him? Oh God, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's times like these when the nightmares sometimes visit me during the day. Ask me a question then. It might calm me down. Oh, right. I forgot to talk about one of the most important things that keeps this place running. So, Weaselware is an operating system, again created by myself. It's a very simple, very nifty system. It links almost all of the machines in this place. If you have access to it, you can control almost every function of other things wirelessly. Cameras, vents, printers, even POPGOES himself. It's a reprogrammed version of something else I used to work on. Originally, I used it to track investigations of DNA around the world. I made it to find one person in particular, and I mean, it worked. Anyway, that turned out to be illegal, which I understand, but thankfully I wasn't sent to prison. They just told me to stop using it. So yeah, I was
committing a
changed
crime.
to run a pizzeria instead. And of course, in its current state, there are some locked features. I can't let a kid mess around with one of the characters. I'm the only one who gets full access. But again, if you show substantial effort, maybe I'll give you some more freedom to mess around with your phone. Maybe you'd like to print yourself some figurines. Well, we'll see about that later.
Kinda.
Good night, kid.
I don't really have to worry about POPGOES that much. He really takes his sweet time building that black rabbit. I feel like even if I stop paying attention to him around 4 AM, I can still win the night with almost no issue. The sisters in the bed chair are the real problem. Mostly the bed chair, though. doing exceptionally good. But yeah, the panic meter is also a bit of an issue. I mean, the panic meter and the crow pretty much go together. Yeah, I forgot to mention the crow. The crow is the bigger problem, not the badger or the sisters. The badgers are... Sorry, the crow is a real... What's the opposite of MVP? Really? Anti-MVP? Like LVP? Least valuable player? Or maybe MVO? Like most valuable opponent. Really now. That's just terrible. Hasn't gotten a single piece though, that's good. Lucky pup. Okay, we're good. What's it gonna be this time? be a bunny paper pal. This is Balloon Boy. Oh. Purple guy crying. I think that's Bonnie on the bed. No. No, wait, that couldn't be... No, it's probably the phone guy. Okay, the phone guy and the purple guy. Or his brother. Next to him. Okay, I see. Starting to kinda maybe put everything together, but not really. Hi, Bonnie. Alright, so this one, all I need to do is select no. Gonna say no.
There are only a few minutes left of recording. I was thinking about some things since my last message. I feel like I haven't been honest enough with you. I've been trying, please know that. But some things I just... I have a question for you. A serious, personal question. I'll try to set an example. There's this person that's really close to you. He's recently been acting strange, maybe a bit scary. People say he's done horrible things. You've trusted him for all your life. He's been listening to your problems and you really look up to him. Even if this person has made big mistakes in his life, if he does regret it in the end, would you be willing to forgive them if you know who he is? Would you look past his errors and try to bring him back into your life? Do you think you could trust him? No, this will do. Thank you for working with me so much. This is the end of your shift at the POPGOES Pizzeria. Let me know your answer.
No. Nuh-uh. Yeah, it's a good thing that Impossible Mode does not have any phone calls. Or the good night. Instead is calling here. everything chill so far. Right, time for big and negative with the red squad. Alright, I think he already built the piece. Yep. Thank you for joining as always. We have a great, amazing sleep. And thank you for good luck with the rats, because I am definitely going to need it. Oh, dancing dinosaur, I love it. The art room. I completed life for like a couple seconds there. Right, 5 again. Art room. Okay, camera 6. Camera 6 still. He really loves camera 6. Really. In what moment did those two get past camera 6? Didn't even have time to react to that, what the frick? I don't know why at a certain point of 5 a.m. I stopped caring about POPGOES. Like, to stop caring about him is not gonna make the night go any faster. Room. Hi, Freddy. Alright then. There it is. There's a 4-star. Let's freaking go. Okay. That is a star for seeing all the drawings in the between night minigames. I need to start again. The only stars I have left are the stars for beating the custom night difficulties and the star for listening to every phone call option. That one's gonna be fun.
Right, that should do it. Hey, glad to see you're working there. The name's Fritz, and welcome to the POPGOES Pizzeria, the next generation of kids' entertainment. As you already know, you'll be guarding this place until 6 in the morning, and as your boss, I'm obliged to help you understand your job and the tools you'll be allowed to use during the shift. So, first things first, I've got to be honest, your current setup might not be very optimal, so to say. I didn't have time to prepare a designated room for you in the location, so you'll just have to manage with using one of the internet cafe monitors near the stage, next to the gang. Don't start complaining just yet. I set a nice spot near the window for you. Even brought a fan. Anyway, the phone you have in your hand, it's usually used by kids during the day for games and whatnot, but I've sorted out a security application that only activates during the night, which is when you're here, obviously. Everything you'll ever need for your job is ready to use. Go on, press some buttons. You can check all the rooms with set cameras that are connected online, and the ventilation system too. Alright, I know what you're thinking. First night on the job, I'm rambling a bit, it's a lot to take in. And yes, I know there are a bunch of anthropomorphic plastic animals around you, watching you work. Trust me when I say I know how that feels. Your imagination might get a tad bit out of control. Stress does that to you. But don't worry, you're completely safe here. I've built this place from the ground up to be one of the most transparent, honest, and safest places on Earth. Unlike some other businesses. If you ever start feeling anxious, looking out the window or just, taking a look outside should calm you. That tends to work for me at least. Right, back to the anthropomorphic animals. I'm sure you've already guessed by now that these are our animatronic characters. Top of the line technology. Honestly, the name animatronic doesn't do them justice. They're more like multi-purpose robots. They can be programmed to do anything I can think of. They pretty much run this place now. Of course, again, they are completely harmless. They aren't physically capable of hurting anybody. Made sure of that myself. I think I might be going on for too long. Last thing on the list. You may have noticed that this is a pre-recorded message, which means if you want to ask a question, you won't get an answer. But hey, To fix that, I've given you some options. I stayed up all night to set up a simple Q&A system to go with your app. When this call ends, you will get 3 topics to choose from, and when you select one of them, another audio message of mine will play to help explain whatever you want to know more about. Quite nifty, right? Obviously not quite as much freedom as a normal phone call, but it'll have to do for now. Well, that's it for your first night. Check those cameras and don't forget to take a breather once in a while, alright? Your 3 options should appear now. The POPGOES Pizzeria. It really is something, right? Which makes this a pretty broad topic to talk about, but I bet you can just guess how most of it works by taking a look at the place. Though I honestly think the next generation of kids' entertainment sounds dull, it is a fitting motto. When a kid opens the door, they can grab a weaselware phone from one of the shelves and play around with it. The phone will connect to a monitor like yours, but during the day it'll let the kids play games, make things with the 3D printers to paint on, use some of the repurposed arcades, etc. All of this and no staff required. Yes, POPGOES and the crew keep the children and the equipment safe at all times. If they see a kid gnawing on a phone or a wire, they'll just take it away from him and get the parents sort it all out. Of course, that's not everything, but these options are meant to be short, so I'll try to be more specific with the other set of questions. That's it for the first night. See you tomorrow.
Riveting gameplay, I know. I've been playing through the exact same game 4 times in a row. Doesn't get more exciting than this. Just doesn't. Okay, can lay down. I wonder if the music actually gets more sinister the more pieces POPGOES collects. But bro, my ears, what the heck? Well, this one is going to be tough.
Right, hey again. Second night. Hope you've gotten used to your job by now, pressing buttons on a phone. You'll have trouble finding a job that actually requires you to be on one of those. Anyway, I expect efficient use of that phone, kid. Oh, and I'll let you know now, don't start slacking off. I'm paying attention. After your first week is done, I'll be doing a review of your progress to see if you are fit to continue or not. If you do your job especially well, I might even give you a bonus. But I guess there isn't even that much for you to do. I know I haven't given you much to work with just yet, as this is just the test run. But there is something for you to do in case you get bored, I suppose. Since, well, I'm not going to treat you like those robots behind you. So we're entering the winter time. I imagine you'll be working just next week, so it's going to get pretty darn cold for you, and I'm sure you've already noticed this from yesterday. I don't know. I have given you access to the ventilation system, which means you should be able to turn on the heating grids once in a while to warm up the place. They'll stay on for about a minute probably, but that's long enough, right? Bear in mind the vents go around the perimeter of the building, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. Well, that should keep you entertained. God, I hope you're as easily pleased as I am. That's all for tonight. Oh, wait, now it's your time to talk. Here you go. I don't know. They already do so much. You think I'm going to send them up into vents and turn the lasers on manually each time someone gets chilly? Alright, I'll admit I did try that out once with one of the squirrels, but come on, let's not give them more stuff to do. These guys are already busy enough during the day. They deserve a break. During the night, POPGOES and the others are supposed to be, resting. Oh, and Stone the crow in the car park, he can't physically move out of his birdcage, so he's pretty much resting all the darn time. Anyway, the vents are only for air to travel around the building. It could be dangerous if someone, especially a plastic-covered robot, were to get stuck in there, or if they touched one of the heating lasers. It's pretty easy. I thought you'd have fun with it anyway. Just get that done and you should be alright. Alright? Excellent. See you tomorrow, kid.
Looks like such a cozy place. Wish I was there, my goodness. Hello, little squirrels. Boy. These nights go by so freaking slowly. frick is him? Stupid camera Pam. Okay. Nothing.
Right. Hello again. I think I should start off this call by pointing out that I actually made a mistake in my previous message, which was yesterday's main recording for you. I said that the heaters in the vents stayed on for a minute when you turned them on. In reality, I've made it closer to like 9 seconds or something, so sorry about that. Not a huge mistake, but I should own up to it anyway. It's one of the only things I haven't got written down. I should actually make a note of it now, I suppose. I'm kind of tired right now. I've been doing all these calls in one take, so I've just noticed it. Such a huge difference, too. 1 minute should be 10 seconds. Jeez, I'm an idiot sometimes. Hey, now that you've been here for 2 nights, correct? Beginning your 3rd one now, yes? Tell me, what do you think about the place? The pizzeria, I mean. It's real special. Let me tell you, during the day you can really feel it. The fantasy, the fun, the safety, you know? Kids can run down the halls and be greeted by the characters. They gather around and sing with them on the stage. They build and print out these figurines like posable toys. And of course they get to paint them, coat them in a binding agent, etc. It makes them feel grown up. It makes them feel special, you know? I remember this kid one day. Totally heartwarming. There was this kid. He was running around and somehow managed to open one of the locked rooms. The server room, I think it was. And he started messing around in there. Well, I was in my office, like always, and I see this kid on the camera.
Yeah.
I start to get a little worried. Now, here we go again, I'm saying to myself. And I was about to go get him sorted out myself, but right then, as I'm taking my jacket off, Blake, that badger character to your left,
I used to get annoyed by the phone calls on my second playthrough,
using the server room's
but now I
monitor.
wish they last longer.
Have you?
They make
Yeah.
the night go a
You
little
know the
faster.
game Simon Says? Well, it was like that. He just turned it. Oh, hold on now. I'll sort the rest out later. I'll leave this message here. The options should be up for you now. Sorry about this. Nothing major, really. My brother was just asking me who I was talking to. I've told you about him, right? The order of these calls might be a bit confusing later. Depends on how I organize them. Right, speaking of the order, I think I'll also leave an option to finish off that story I was telling you about. And this one should be to explain why I left, just so you don't get suspicious that I'm hiding anything from you. As I said on the first night, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with my business here, so covering stuff up from my employees obviously wouldn't do. Right, I think that's it for tonight. Good luck on your shift.
Thanks, buddy. But I think I'm actually gonna take off my headphones for this night, just so that my ears can rest a little bit. So, you know, there aren't actually any sound cues that I need to pay attention to. last night, and after this one, I'm gonna have to go back and play Night 2 again. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Hello again. I've decided to take some breaks between recording these calls. Not many are left, but still, I didn't think it would be this stressful. I've just got some notes, not a script or anything. I feel like I might be talking too much about things that are obvious for you, so I'm just gonna wing this one. I think at this point you must be pretty confident with your job now, if you can even call it that. I think now might be a good time for you to know a little more about me. I have a feeling that you might be curious, am I wrong? Right then. I was born in November 1968 in Texas, lived a fine life up until my teens, had no real problems with my family, but we weren't exactly rich. My father was an architect at the time, and my mother stayed home with my brother and I. Until the 80s, we lived in a flat, or I suppose it would have been called an apartment over there. It was pretty decent, I think, but honestly, I can't remember much. I had an accident in my teens, stuff I really don't want to talk about. Please don't ask. Might explain in a later call or something if there is time. Anyway, fortunately I survived the injury, believe it or not. It was all down to a very generous donor of blood. The whole thing was pretty strange and vague for us, and all I know was a small team of people, or maybe it was one person, was willing to give tons of blood to the hospital, and after an entire encyclopedia of signed papers, the transfusion was allowed on behalf of the procedure being an experiment. I was close to death, bear in mind. I lost most of my memory from before the incident, and the whole event caused a huge stir in the media. I was 18, and with the state I was in, paparazzi wasn't the best treatment. You know? So I sorted out something with my parents, and we moved here to England. So, hopefully on top of being a security guard, you can be a friend too. I wanted to get some of these stories off my chest for a while, since, I don't have many people to share them with. And my daughter's kind of busy most of the time. Just someone for me to talk to. And of course, listen to, so go ahead. What do you want to talk about? Ah, nice. I like answering this question. Although my daughter's the only one who actually asked, or has even been given the opportunity to. I'll let you in on a secret. Not a big one, but I think it might be interesting to an outsider. The characters that you see around here weren't originally going to be for a pizzeria. Crazy, right? They're colourful cartoon animals with pink guitars, yellow eyes. Well, it's true. They originally had a totally different purpose. I get nightmares pretty easily. Stupid stuff, like going to the zoo or standing on a tall building. I'll go to sleep that night and wake up in a cold sweat from a nightmare about a creepy porcelain doll. It's ridiculous. Anyway, not a lot of medication can help with that kind of thing, so for a few months I tried a psychic route, like mystic, almost religious kind of solution. It was recommended by a friend I've spoken to online, and it worked, but only once. The idea was that if I designed and created a scarecrow kind of ornament that was entirely designed to fight what I was having nightmares of, then it would appear in those nightmares and destroy, in a sense, the fear from its core. So, for example, if I had a nightmare of falling from a great height, then making a model of a trampoline in the real world might help get rid of that fear in the nightmare world, do you understand? Anyway, I ended up making a load of these scarecrow designs with only one of them actually working. At that time, I heard about this auction thing going on in America. I travelled over there, ended up buying some things, one of which was a hat that used to belong to a famous pizzeria character, which caused a bit of controversy in the area. I bought the remains of an old busted robot, based the gang around it, and a box filled with the parts. I have them here in the attic. Anyways, from there I thought to myself, what if I started my own pizzeria and changed the remaining scarecrows into cartoon animatronics? And well, I did. Of course, since they're garden animals and not actually designed to fight my fears, they never really helped get rid of my remaining nightmares. So I still have them. The old scarecrow designs were scrapped. Can't remember what I did with them. Quite a backstory, huh? Hope it was interesting. See you tomorrow.
Interesting lore. this path. Oh, this is really bad. I'm not sure if after beating the night I'm still gonna have to play in between a minigame for it to count. But just in case I'm gonna do it. Better safe than sorry. Bro, why is it still 4 AM? Finally. I still have 2 pieces remaining, we're good. Whoops. Well, that ain't good. Okay. And I'm gonna do this just in case. Just in case, and then the next night I'm gonna let myself die.
Nice work, kid. Only a few days left of your shift. Maybe if you're super good, I'll let you mess around in my office, try out some of Weaselware's features. Though it's not that exciting, you might be able to control the gang, see what they can do. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. I'm wondering, since I can't remember how much I've taught you up to this point, do you know about Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? I think these calls might be getting to my head, but I don't know. I've been thinking of that place a lot more than usual for the past hour or so. Not in a disturbing or scary sense, just... I'm not sure, it's like some pieces are being put together.
Alright, this is it. Or at least it should be it.
Right, hey again. Second night. Hope you've gotten used to your job by now, pressing buttons on a phone. You'll have trouble finding a job that actually requires you to be on one of those. Anyway, I expect efficient use of that phone, Kip. Oh, and I'll let you know now, don't start slacking off. I'm paying attention. After your first week is done, I'll be doing a review of your progress to see if you are fit to continue or not. If you do your job especially well, they might even give you a bonus. But I guess there isn't even that much for you to do. I know I haven't given you much to work with just yet, as this is just a test run. But there is something for you to do in case you get bored, I suppose. Since, well, I'm not going to treat you like those robots behind you. So we're entering the winter time. I imagine you'll be working just next week, so it's going to get pretty darn cold for you. And I'm sure you've already noticed this from yesterday. I don't know. I have given you access to the ventilation system, which means you should be able to turn on the heating grids once in a while to warm up the place. They'll stay on for about a minute probably, but that's long enough, right? Bear in mind the vents go around the perimeter of the building, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. Well, that should keep you entertained. God, I hope you're as easily pleased as I am. That's all for tonight. Oh, wait, now it's your time to talk. Here you go. Ah, yes, it does look kind of weird, doesn't it? Well, as with all of the other systems in the building, I designed those heaters myself. They're just very thick laser beams going from one face of the vent to the other. You should be able to see a square rim around the vent section with a light that switches between red and green. That rim is what keeps the lasers stable. When they're on, the lasers heat up the air that's constantly going around the vent system. Keeps almost every human-occupied room in the location warm. Well, except my office. Speaking of which, can you see where it is? If you think it's in one of those cameras, well, you're wrong. I'd hate being recorded all day. You can guess how much work I do in there, and being on camera would only interrupt that. I think it's the only room that isn't surveyed. Oh, and the bathrooms aren't either, of course. If you still can't see my office, and you really want to know where it is, just look to your left. The door's right there next to POPGOES stage. That's about it. Try out the heating, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Should be it. I just need to finish this night, and then I let myself die on night number 3. I go back to the menu, and the star should be there. Okay, gonna take out my headphones for a bit though. This is it. Just need to get to... How is it? Keep forgetting. I think it's Toy Freddy, right? Yeah. Toy Freddy here. Listen, I just need to pray that after I get killed in night 3 and it puts me back in the menu, that the star is going to be there. Hi there. Guess if it's not there, then I'm actually gonna cry. Right.
Right. Hello again. I think I should start off this call by pointing out that I actually made a mistake in my previous message, which was yesterday's main recording for you. I said that the heaters in the vents stayed on for a minute when you turned them on. In reality, I've made it closer to like 9 seconds or something, so sorry about that. Not a huge mistake, but I should own up to it anyway. It's one of the only things I haven't got written down. I should actually make a note of it now, I suppose. I'm kind of tired right now. I've been doing all these calls in one take, so I've just noticed it. Such a huge difference, too. 1 minute should be 10 seconds. Geez, I'm an idiot sometimes. Hey, now that you've been here for 2 nights, correct? Beginning your 3rd one now, yes? Tell me, what do you think about the place? The pizzeria, I mean. It's real special.
Alright, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Please. Really? Okay. No matter, no matter. Let's just do the custom nights that we have left. So you have difficult, moderate, average, and super easy. Only 4 more nights, and I should be done. I wonder what the difficulty with the badger actually changes. Like, is it the frequency shows up? The timer to the Simon Says minigame? I have no idea. What on earth? Sisters are not even showing up. They already moved. And I can't wait to get to the difficult mode, so I feel like I'm actually at least doing something. Oh my god. There they are. still pretty boring. I want some action in here, people. Alright then. That is a super easy good night mode done. Just need to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, super easy mode complete. Oh, that's cool. Average. Oh, I can see a figurine here. That's cool. Very nice looking figure. Alright, now this feels like it's not completely free, but it's still stupidly easy. mind numbing easy. I think I'm gonna take out my headphones for this one too. more custom night done. Yeah. It's gonna end at any time. Okay, whatever. I only have the moderate custom night and the difficult custom night. And I feel like out of those two, the difficult one is the only one that's actually gonna feel like, you know, a challenge. Yeah, it's been 5 AM for a while now, my goodness. Yeah, Richmond complete, thank you, thank you. Moderate. I can please finally feel like I'm doing something. And then I will finally be not entirely free. Camera 6. Camera 3. Hi, Chica. What is Chica doing there? That's not good. Hi there. Hey, camera 3. Alright. Disaster. Probably do this. Probably should have done this once first. Like slowly make my way towards impossible. Instead of just doing impossible first. But I didn't know that there was a reward for beating each of them. I thought it was like when I said candies. Or there was just a reward for beating all 20 mode. This was still incredibly easy, obviously, but at least I felt like I was actually doing something. I have way more involvement than the super easy and the average modes. Ugh. Only one mode left. Difficult mode. Finally a challenge. on. The panic is not being an issue at all. Alright, everything is under control. No reason to panic, people. Or so good. Still on camera 3, I see. Is that guy not gonna wake up? Shouldn't summon him. Couldn't find him. Stupid camera panning is so obnoxious. hasn't gotten a single piece. The sisters haven't advanced a single stage. Doing super good. This guy hasn't woken up a single time. Used to be a really heavy sleeper on this one. This is some light work right here. Didn't let them advance a single room, and didn't let POPGOES get a single piece. Okay. Final freaking night done. Finally. It's the last custom night. There's a star. Look at this star. See extras? Ooh, gold. There they are. All the figurines unlocked. Everything, yeah. Yes. And let's grab concepts and whatever that thing is. And the minigame map. Yeah, all of this done. Okay, none of this actually increases the speed of the night. All the wallpapers done. So now, there's only one thing left. Well, might as well check the credits. Special thanks. Aww. is adorable. Okay. Let me just quit the game for a little bit. Let me see. Here's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this just one more time. So what I did was basically I went into the save file to see exactly which phone call I was missing, and it said that I was missing the second option on the fifth night.
Nice work, kid. Only a few days left of your shift. Maybe if you're super good, I'll let you mess around in my office, try out some of Weaselware's features. Though it's not that exciting, you might be able to control the gang, see what they can do. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. I'm wondering, since I can't remember how much I've taught you up to this point, do you know about Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? I think these calls might be getting to my head, but I don't know. I've been thinking of that place a lot more than usual for the past hour or so. Not in a disturbing or scary sense, just... I'm not sure, it's like some pieces are being put together. Freddy Fazbear. You know they used to say those characters were haunted? There were some murders related to the location back in the 80s. People found...
No, okay. Yeah, okay. So I did indeed check the option 2 on my last stream, but since the save file appears to be bugged, here's what we're gonna do. Because I just checked a post that someone made, and apparently that specific option, the option 2 from night 5, that's the one that's bugged. Nobody seems to know exactly why. And basically, hold up. Here it is. Let me share this with you. Here it is. So here's the whole save file. See, you can see all of this are marked as 1, or positive, except this one. Even though I did listen to it twice actually on my last stream, this is the only one that seems to still be marked 0 for some reason, and that's this is the one that seems to be bugged. Not all of the other ones are fine. But since there is proof on the stream that I did in fact that I listened to every single option on the phone calls, and on that same Reddit post of the person that has a problem with this specific option on Night 5 2, The creator of the game himself said that there's a bug that they have no idea why it happens, and so the only solution is to go and modify the save file. I mean, the creator himself says that it's a valid option to go modify the save file because otherwise it's impossible to get the star. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna erase the 0, gonna put a 1 in there, gonna save it, gonna close it. And now if we open the game again, there we go. There's the 6 stars. Okay, so I did meet all the requirements to get the 6 star, but I didn't get it because of a bug, so it still counts. Like, if you think that one doesn't count, then sorry, but you're just wrong. The creator himself said that it's okay to go into save file to modify because it's a bug that none of the people in the development team know why it happens. Okay, that is all of POPGOES, I guess. Unlocked absolutely everything, all the character profiles, yeah, with all the little figurines, everything in the development, yes, core concepts, everything, the minigame map, and all the phone wallpapers, everything done, absolutely every single little thing. So okay, I guess this game is really fun. It has a very unique gameplay loop, and the designs of the characters are super cute as well. But I just wish that it didn't have the same problem that Final Fantasy 3 has, where it's just like forced replayability. Like, if you want to get 100% completion, you have to play every single night at least twice. Sorry, no, at least 3 times. Because the first Final Fantasy, you need to play them at least 3 times to listen to every phone call. So that way you can, you know, on one option you can do a normal ending, on the other one you can do the truth ending, and then the other one just extra for the remaining option. The only one I guess is the Night 6, which doesn't really have an option, just yes or no. Nothing changes. I think the custom challenges were also pretty cool. They were a nice change of pace. And what else? What else? The story is very confusing. I really had to go on Google to search out some of the details. But I think it's a rich story. Just I wish it was presented a bit better than just, you know, with scattered Easter eggs all around the map that you have to search and find. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's a good game, really fun game. Just with the gameplay aspect, I just really wish it didn't force you to go through the freaking game 3 times. And this was not difficult. Like, compared to survival mode and the Purification story mode and Candy's 3 shadow challenges, this was pretty easy. Again, low difficulty is never a problem with me. A game that is either stupidly difficult or pretty easy, I am fine with either of those. I just wish... And the problem is that the nights are 10 minutes long. They're extremely freaking long, and it makes the replayability process for all the options and both of the endings very tedious to start all over from the beginning. Yeah, I think overall I'd say this is a B-tier game, because there's really a lot of effort put into this, and the story, and the design of the characters, and just the general ambience and the gameplay. Yeah, just those little issues with the replayability and the way the story is presented to the player that I really don't click that much with me. Alright, that is going to be all for tonight then. Finally done with this game. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Hope you'll have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Take care. Good night.